good afternoon.
Hello.
Madam President, thank you very much for welcoming us to your office.
You're welcome.
This is a very big opportunity for us, and we are very thankful. Ma'am, how are you? Are you enjoying your time right now in Congress?
Well, it's good being here.
Ma'am, what do you do when you are not in Congress? Do you watch movies, for example?
Oh yeah, I do. I watch movies. A lot of movies.
Filipino or English
In
movies?
Filipino or English.
What's the most recent movie, ma'am, that you've enjoyed?
Movie or series. Now, if it's movie, kita.
You watched it?
Yeah.
What did you think, ma'am?
I loved it.
You loved it? You loved it. Are you into those kinds of independent, light movies?
When I hear other people talk about a nice movie, then I go and watch.
You mentioned series, ma'am. I mean, it's usong-uso ngayon, no? People watch Netflix, iFlix, HBO. So, do you follow any of the series?
Yes. Narcos. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you watched Narcos. Escobar. Carlos
Escobar first, but now the 3 is Cali Cartel.
I only stayed up to Escobar. How do you find it? I mean, again, it's a very interesting film to watch, especially given.
Fantastic. You cannot get up because it's you don't want to miss anything.
Is that a problem for you, being the busy person that you are?
Oh, everybody has to have some downtime.
How much downtime? How much downtime do you spend? What is a typical downtime for President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo?
Evenings, Sundays.
Do you spend it with your family?
Yes.
What attracts you to a particular series? Does it have to be like Narcos? Is
My family. I enjoy what my family enjoys.
So sila nagre-recommend.
Yes. Like Narcos, they were all talking about it, so we all watched. Not all, but a lot of us watched.
Any other particular series that do you follow Game of Thrones?
No, I used to, but not so much anymore because the others are not so interested in it.
Do you read books, man? Sorry, no, but
that one I try not to because I read too many books when I was in rising up to the presidency and during the presidency.
So
now it's like part of my relaxation is I want to do away with heavy stuff. I read a couple of biographies like Steve Jobs.
Okay.
And then,
so you like biographies?
Well, I just like the way they're written.
Aside from reading books and watching movies, I know that you are also active in the outdoors. I know you tried surfing.
I surfed for a while until I got my cervical spine problem.
And then, of course, there's diving.
Let me be more accurate. I didn't surf for a while. I surfed for a long time. Since I was young.
You did? Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Can we talk about that? Where did you learn to surf from? Was it in Iligan? In the Gupan.
No, they don't have surf in Iligan. In Iligan, I learned to swim. But but we used to go to the Gupan to surf, and then we discovered other surfing spots, especially when the Gupan shoreline changed.
So this was in what? Bunuan Beach?
Yeah.
Bunuan Beach. They have very good bangus there.
Yes, now they have good bangus, but they don't have good surf anymore. The shoreline changed.
Marunong ang Diyos, ma'am. You cannot have bangus and surfing at the same time. You have to choose.
We used to have them both.
I remember before going to Bunuan, and then I was a bit surprised because the way they cook bangus, it was whole bangus. They don't clean it; they just put it on the.
Yes.
Is that also how you eat bangus? I mean,
when I'm there, yes.
So that you're Kapampangan.
Yes.
Kapampangan is known as a
culinary capital.
The Ilonggo in Bacolod.
That's a rival. The rival of Kapampangan food is Ilonggo food.
Yes, my wife would disagree with you because she's from Bacolod.
That's a rival.
But since she is not here, I will give you the best. I will side with you there. Kapampangan, I love Kapampangan food. I love the tocinos. Is there any particular food that you enjoy?
Well, Kapampangan food is really very rich and varied, and I enjoy most of them. I enjoy most of the dishes.
If I was to go to Pampanga this afternoon,
yes,
where would you tell me to eat?
Well, the iconic Kapampangan restaurant is Everybody's Cafe. That's been there for generations. On the other hand, you have the modern high-end cuisine like Claude Tayacas Baledotong
Yes.
and Sal del Rosario's restaurant.
Again, from Iligan, Pampanga, I know you also have your husband roots in Bacolod,
Yes,
in
yes.
the Ilonggo speaking country,
Yes.
the Iligaynons, no? And we mentioned kanina that those are the two rivals for the best
For
food.
the best food,
Can
yeah.
I put you in the spot and ask you which is the best food?
Well, it's very hard to say. But of course, I'm Kapampangan, so I'm partial to Pampanga food.
Do you eat ano?
And I think it's very varied.
Yeah.
Very varied.
Do you eat buro?
Yeah, I do.
What particular buro do you like? The burong dalag?
All of them, yes. That's the classic buro is eaten with the lag.
So it's ano naman, it's buro is basically
Fermented rice and fish. Fermented rice and some it could be also shrimp or some other seafood.
Did your dad have a particular food that he liked when you were in Malacanang?
Oh, he was very simple. He just liked fish. He told us that fish is brain food.
So you had a lot of fish in Malacanang.
Malacanang and even before his presidency and after his presidency.
What kind of fish did he like, ma'am?
Simple
Mga
fish.
like
Fried fish. No complicated recipe.
Did that influence your own culinary preferences?
Well, I also am fond of simple food, but I also like, fancy food.
Do you still have time to go out? I mean, I'm sure you have more time now than when you were president, but I think you are still as busy as before. The position matters in that, no? But do you have time to go?
No,
out
certainly less busy than as president.
Okay.
I mean, a president, it's really, nothing is as busy as being president.
But do you still do you go out for dinner once in a while?
Once in a while.
Where do you go, ma'am? Whether in Pampanga or here in Metro
Well, I
Manila?
mentioned those restaurants in Pampanga, and lots of restaurants. Like even if there's a restaurant called Bariotic Restaurant, which really just serves street food, and then there's also Razons and plenty. There's so many good restaurants in Pampanga. As I said, from the traditional to the fusion, from the high end to the bueno, bonito,
Yes,
barato.
yes.
So plenty of restaurants.
But you seem to be very familiar with the rest. But how come you don't seem to be getting any plumper?
I did, but then because I got so plump, as you call it, I started to develop high cholesterol, hypertension, high sugar. So the doctors put me on a diet. So when they put me on a diet, it worked. All my blood chemistries went down, but my weight went down again also.
Do you cook?
No, I don't.
How come?
Because I'm a busy person. Many career girls, they become career girls at the expense of skills like cooking.
How many years did you spend in Iligan, ma'am? If I may ask.
Well, I started to live there when I was 4 years old,
Okay.
and then until I started to go to school.
Okay. Do any memories, any particular memories?
Oh, a lot of memories.
In Iligan?
Oh, yeah.
That's you said that's where you learned how to swim.
Yes. Because I had a beach in my front yard and a waterfall with a spring in my backyard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must have been some childhood.
Yeah, some childhood, really. Very nice childhood.
I mean, do you still escape and go back, or
Very, very seldom, but I was just there 2 weeks ago.
And well, Iligan is much different. I mean, it's really a modern city now, but I guess the heart of Iligan was the steel mill.
Correct. Since the year that I when I was 3 years old, first they started the power corporation was set up the year before I went there, and then because the power corporation was set up, then the steel mill was set up, and then it really became the center of our economy.
The last time I was, I had the opportunity to be with you was when you went diving in Pearl Farm.
Right.
Did you ever go diving again, or do you plan to go diving again?
Oh, yeah. Since that time, of course, I went diving again. I've gone diving in almost all the places in the Philippines.
Tubata, ha?
Oh, many times, many times.
How? Your dive. Well, I don't know if she was your original diving instructor. Si Gigi. Gigi is my cousin.
Yes, I know. I heard. That's right.
Gigi is
right.
my cousin.
She was my diving instructor when I went for my certification dive.
Oh, okay.
And then she became my diving buddy every time I'd go out diving with my friends.
So you, time. Let me clarify that. She became your diving instructor when you went for your certification dive.
Because I was diving for 10 years without a certificate.
That was... Pasaway pala kayo.
No, well, not all the time. It's just when I would go to a resort and there was an intro dive, I would do the intro dive. And then the next resort, I would go a couple of years later. If there's an intro dive, then I would do an intro dive again. So I never needed to have a certification. But then when my friends started to invite, see those were resorts that happened to have diving. But then when my friends started to invite me to go diving, then I decided I have to have a certificate.
How did you find? Diving is normally, it's either you like it or you don't.
Oh, I love it.
You love diving. Lou, I also had the opportunity to go diving, I think twice with your daughters in Luli. Again, also in Davao. Have you ever done diving with Luli?
Oh yeah, our first dive, our first introductory dive was done together.
Where?
In Amanpulo.
Amanpulo.
And then after that, she continued. And then I would do it only when I happened to be in a resort. But she began to take it seriously.
What is the most memorable dive aside from your first dive? Unless the first dive was really memorable. What's your most memorable dive?
Oh, I had a lot of memorable dives. Maybe my last one was really spectacular. It was in Mawalbual,
Oh, okay. So
in a sardine run.
Wow.
And then the treasures came and started to eat the sardines, and we saw that all on, close up. So that was fantastic. Millions of sardines.
I've always wondered about this. I remember our dive in Pearl Farm. There was a sea snake.
Yeah,
and then
I hate snakes, but then I have to tolerate them when I'm underwater.
And then it sort of swam towards you. And I remember the PSG just going in front. Are they trained to go? So paano
Yes. When I took my diving lessons, the PSG also had to take diving lessons, and their lessons were harder than mine.
I would guess so.
Because I just dived to be a tourist down below, but the PSG have to learn to dive to protect the principal.
So when you were in Walbawal, and then there was a feeding for so how did the PSG
Well, in the beginning, the PSG would be all over the place. But then the dive masters later started to say that, you cannot have so many PSG around because then the fish go away.
Yeah, you won't see anything.
So after that, I would have only one or two down there below with me.
So, but since your time as president, have you been able to go diving?
No. My last dive was just before I left the presidency. That Mualbual sardine run, and then after the presidency, right after leaving the presidency, I had a date for diving with my diving friends. But then I got invited to an American embassy function, so I had to skip that dive. And then so many things happened, so I haven't had a chance to dive since then.
But would you still like to?
Oh, I certainly would.
Where if you said you've been to, I know you've been to Davao, you've been to Malboal, so that's Cebu, you've been to Bata. Is there any place in the Philippines that you haven't gone diving in? That's famous. I mean, or even if it's not famous, that you would like to go diving in, like Taal Lake, for example. I don't know.
I don't know if people dive in Taal Lake. I don't think they dive in Taal Lake.
Yeah, no, I don't. But is there a place that you would like to go diving in?
I think I've covered most of the dive spots.
Have you seen big fish like whale sharks and?
Oh yeah, I've seen whales. Like I went to Donsol. Then you cannot scuba. You can only do snorkeling.
Yeah, snorkeling. With the surfing, ma'am. Well, surfing, I didn't know. I didn't know that you did surfing. But if you would permit me, I'd like to ask you a little bit about surfing. Surfing. You said you've been doing it for a very long time. Since you were a teenager. And so again it came back.
Well, not that it came back. When I was a teenager, I would surf, but sometimes I would fall and sometimes I wouldn't fall. And Didn't know why.
Uh-huh.
But then when I became president and I had to surf in some surfing event,
Yes, yes.
and I said, oh, I mean, I'd better do it more scientifically this time. So I took lessons in surfing, and so not that it went back, but I became a better surfer.
Is that how you approach, the things that you do in life? I mean, are you a perfectionist?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
But you want to put 100% in.
Oh yeah, I would like to. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, ma'am, I know you're very busy and we were only given a limited amount of time to do the interview. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your time.
too. Thank you.
I hope to be able to go diving again with you soon if you are in Davao.
Okay.
Ma'am, before we go, I mean, just any words that you might want to say to the foodies and the divers and the movie buffs out there.
Well, enjoy what you're doing. I enjoy those three things. But since you're talking about Davao, I would like to take this opportunity to call everyone to continue supporting our beloved president.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you, ma'am, for your time, and we hope you all the best.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.